Yeah, people, what's happening? It's your boy Big Ogs, and welcome back to the Voice of the Tune. This is mad. Newcastle United 1, Nottingham Forest 3. Espirito Santo gets another win against Newcastle. He got a win against us at Spurs and at Wolves, and now he gets his W for Forest. And yeah, that's bad. That, for me, was one of the worst home performances I've seen from Newcastle United under Eddie Howe. Because even when we scored the first goal, even when we were 1-0 up, I just said in my group chats, like, we don't look right. We don't look right. We don't look right. We our game that we always implement, which is to, press high, which is to be aggressive, which is to play with intensity, win the second balls, win first balls in the air, just suffocate teams. We didn't do that at all at any point today. And I felt like, yes, we were in some parts of the game in control early on. Yeah, and that's how we got the first goal. But at the same time, there was a threat, going the other way. Each time Forest went forward, they looked like scoring. And if you don't listen the first time, the second time, or the third time, the fourth time, you're going to hear. The fifth time, you're going to hear and feel. And the sixth time, you're going to hear, feel, and then scream. I feel like, and then that's what happened today. Like, we scored the first goal, the penalty from Isak, good turn, Ola Aina with the foul, and then obviously Isak slotted it 1-0. And I felt like even when we scored the goal, I felt like everyone just expected us to win the game today. Everyone just thought, because we've won 7 in a row at home in the league or whatever it is, because it's Forest, we're going to win the game today. So even when we scored, it was like, yeah, ha, ha, ha. And then, I just felt like it wasn't right today. And then Forest have to get their chances, and on another day against a better side, it could have been 6 or 7, mate, because of the chances that we gave up, and not even like the chances, but the opportunities. On a different day, a Forest player plays a better pass, and then the other player gets in, and then that creates a chance. But there was so many opportunities for Forest to create chances as well. In the game today, I just felt like, no, this isn't right. So I'm not surprised based on how the game went in the first 25 minutes. I'm not surprised with the end result, but I'm definitely surprised. Before the game, I thought, yeah, we'll win this. Like, we've got enough quality on the pitch. Our squad is coming back. Looking at the lineup as well, I saw Dan Burn was back, which I was a bit disappointed in. I feel like Tino was a bit unfortunate not to get the start. Dan Burn looked a shadow of himself. He looked leggy. Elanga had him on toast all game. I recall a moment, like, I feel just after the penalty, I think Gibbs White played the ball through, and Dan Burn made a last-ditch tackle in the box. And if he misses that, it's like, that's a penalty, but he just about got a foot on the ball. It ricocheted off Elanga back to the keeper. And that happened time and time again. Bruno G, this is why I keep saying we need a natural centre mid, a natural CDM, a natural number 4, a natural destroyer. I love Bruno. I think he's one of our best players on his day. But against Luton, against Spurs, even Chelsea, the last 4 or 5 games, he's just looked leggy. He has looked leggy. And we were just so open. And I feel like it comes from the midfield. Maybe he's like had enough of playing so deep. Now he's just trying to make a point to Eddie Howe. I don't know what it is, but the guy looked like he was jogging on the pitch today. And it looks like he needs a rest. I feel like I said it in my preview for Luton, that I feel like we're starting to see the players that played, that 6 games in a row for 90 minutes or whatever it was, they're starting to feel the effects. Yes, we're getting players back, but we're suffering, man. We're going through a bad patch. So 1-0, we get the goal, and I'm not convinced. I feel like Forest had a goal in them, and they did. They got their goal in the end. I believe the first goal coming from Dan Burn side, which was the side I was talking about. Gibbs White had space. Gibbs White had the whole park today at his, to his advantage. Like, he had the whole park to make use of, and he was just picking passes, going this way, was going that way, and he just laid it off to Elanga. Elanga took a touch, cut it back, and Chris Wood was there with an empty goal just to tap it in. And it was so easy. It was so easy at halftime at 1-1, and I thought to myself, okay, cool. It's 1-1. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. I'm sure Eddie Howe's gonna get into them and get them awake again. But then we come out in the second half, and it was the exact same. Mickey Shaw scored the on goal. Almiron had a poor game today. Poor game today. He got put in good situations from Trippier, and he just doesn't know what to do. He's always trying to cut back on his left foot or do something with his left foot. And I feel like in these moments, like when we're struggling, we need players that's brave enough to just do something, out of instinct and show that quality. But he liked that today massively, and he had a poor game. He got dragged off at 54 minutes. And then of the second half now, and then they come in again. The back four today was non-existent. Trippier had another poor game today, giving the ball away. I feel like Shaw looked slow. I don't even know what it was today, but everyone looked slow. Botman looked slow. Gambler looked slow. It was so easy to get through us. And like I said, I've not seen this at home before and under Eddie Howe. Usually we're solid at the back. Usually we're pressing on the attacker as they get the ball. We're onto them. But for some reason today, we're just backing off, and we ain't got the pace to do that, to back off and allow runners in behind. But for some reason, we let that happen today, and then we got punished for a second goal again. Chris Wood with a beauty. I think it was Dan Burn. Again, he took him on, twisted him, and he just lobbed it over Dubravka. Dubravka, who's come in since Nick Pope has been injured, and he's conceded game after game after game. I don't believe we've kept a clean sheet since. I think Fulham was a clean sheet, yeah. But by the Fulham game, it's been 3 goals conceded at Everton. We lost to Luton. Conceded 2 at AC Milan. Spurs conceded 4 today. We conceded 3. Yeah, it's not good, man. It's not good, but it's not the end of the world. And then the third goal comes in, and then you're just thinking, oh my goodness. I was just like, oh my days, this is mad. But yeah, that's probably one of the worst performances at home I've seen under Eddie Howe. But there's nothing we can do about it now because the game is done. The game is over. Lewis Miley had a good game again. Our best player again. A 17-year-old, coming into the side, and he's looking like our best player. Everything he done today was to a T. The runs he makes, his composure. He gave the ball away in the first half. Was lucky not to concede a goal. But after that, he was our best player, and it just goes to show you how below par we are now. We're going through a difficult moment. Losing 3-1 to Forest at home for me it's not acceptable. I get the injuries happened before. I get all of that now, but we've got to find back our form quickly because I said in my previous before, I said this Forest game and Luton game is an opportunity for us to get 6 points, and we got 0 out of these games. How has that happened? I don't know. So next we've got Liverpool, and I think we've got Man City and Sunderland. So we've got 3 next tough games, and by probably end of January we could find ourselves outside of the top 8, even 9th. That's how bad it is. And this season was always going to be difficult for us. It was always going to be a tough season for us. We was always going to struggle in terms of managing Champions League and the Premier League and the cups and with the squads. But I keep saying, this is Eddie Howe's first test as Newcastle United manager. It's been up since he joined. We've had some good times, reaching the final, qualifying for top 4. We've had some good games this season, beating Champions Leagues and beating PSGs, etc. But now this is his first test. This is his first real test as Newcastle United manager. And these things happen. It's football. Nothing's always going to be going up. Sometimes it comes down and it goes up. But as long as the trend is going upwards, I'm cool with. And for me, that's how I see it. There's up times, there's down times, but the trend is going in the upwards direction. So people asking me now, should Eddie Howe be sacked and should there be questions? Naturally, the media, football fans, even some Newcastle fans are gonna, ask the questions now because we finished in top 4 last season. So apparently now, just because we finished in top 4 last season, that's where we should be in the minimum. No, Eddie Howe has bought himself some time. He achieved the unachievable last season by getting us into top 4 and getting us to a cup final. So he's bought himself some credit in the bank. So let him go through this moment. Let him figure it out. Let him come out of this moment, learning from the experience. Because that's how we learn, isn't it? We're still in the process. This is still stage one. It's probably year 2 now, but still stage 1 out of stage 10. So like let's marinate a little bit, because people asking me questions now. People asking me, well, should he go? Should he get sacked? No, Eddie Howe should not get sacked. Eddie Howe deserves the time to figure this out. Even if we don't finish in top 8 or finish in top 7, Eddie Howe deserves the time to figure this period out, because he's bought himself money time in the bank, and that's it. He's bought himself leverage, and we just have to back him, and because like I said before, like we've had some good moments, so this is his first difficult time, and let's see how he gets out of it. This is part of football. This is part of management. This is what it's about. But today's performance was dreadful. We were a shadow of ourselves. It was a disastrous result, I have to say, losing to Forest at home. But it is what it is. We are where we are, and this is where we are now in the league. This is our level. This is where I believe we should be at in terms of trying to get into the top 6. So around 8th to 6th mark. This is where we're at, innit? And this is where we should be at. So I think us Newcastle fans, we understand is the ones that support Man United. It's the ones that support West Ham. All the other fans that want to talk about Newcastle when Man United fans have their own crisis going on, they should really focus on themselves. But I'm not too concerned about Eddie Howe's future. To be fair, like I keep saying, I believe he's bought himself money or time in the bank. I keep saying money, but time in the bank to get it right. Because at the end of the day, this is a project, and we still have the same players from before. We've not spent a fraction of what we can spend. Until we spend, like other clubs, £85 million on wingers, £80 million on strikers, £60 million on goalkeepers, £80 million on centre backs. Until we do that, and then these performances keep happening, and then you can say, cool, should he get sacked? But when our keeper cost 12 million, when our right back cost 12 million, when Shaw cost 3 million, when we're still having these sort of players, yes, we spent some money, of course we have, but in the grand scheme of things, we haven't spent as much as other clubs and as much as we can actually spend. So let's understand where we are. It's not great today. It's not great against Luton. I think 6 defeats and 7, or was it 5 and 6, whatever it is. It's not great. I understand that, and it needs to change. It needs to improve. But this is just where we are, and we just have to. We can't just support the boys when they smell good. We got to support them when they smell bad too. When it's all going bad, that's where us fans. That's why we come in and we show them that we're still with them, regardless of anything. We still got to be with them, and I feel like most of us understand that. Even when the final whistle went today, I heard it like there was not much booze. It was just like, oh shit, like raw, we lost the game. Like there wasn't any like booze, like get out of the club or whatever. No, like that's not there yet. So I'm glad that's the case. It's just everyone understands that we're going through a difficult moment. This is Eddie Howe's first difficult moment since being Newcastle United manager. So let's see how he gets out of this. I do believe that maybe a change of play or a change of style needs to happen. So, for example, where we're so open and we're so aggressive, maybe he needs to tweak it a little bit and probably get us better on the ball and, help us reserve more energy and run less and have to press, and be runners. Let's be ball playing, innit? Let's not be so predictable. Let's be ball players and save energy that way. Because like we're seeing, we try to compete in all 4 competitions, and because of the way we play, it's not possible. So this is Eddie Howe's first experience at this level, competing in Europe, competing in the cups and in the Premier League. So he's learning that maybe I can't play this way every single game. I might have to change up a little bit. So let him learn, let him go through that process of learning, and let's see how he comes out of it. This is his first real test, so back him all the way, man. So, but yeah, Newcastle United lose 3-1 at home to Nottingham Forest, and it doesn't get easier in a difficult, disappointing Christmas period. Historically, we are bad in this period anyways. So, but yeah, it's not great, to be fair. But support them to the end. Support this club to the very end. We know where we once were, and I hate saying that, but it is true, isn't it? 2 years ago, where were we? So let's look at it that way, man. But definitely areas need to improve. We need to find our energy again. Our intensity is gone. The defenders look washed, but this could be a sign. I mean, this could be a good thing because now the owners can see and go into the market in January and say, okay, cool, let's add some legs to this team. Let's go to Saudi and raid this loan market. Let's buy some players. Let's help Eddie out, because Eddie's done a good job now. And the window we had in the summer, for me, like I said in my other videos, for me was underwhelming. We didn't improve. What we needed to do was improve the first 11. We didn't do that. We improved the squad. So let's give him more time. Let's let the owners see this as an opportunity to reinvest into the squad in January. And hopefully we can get some players and some better players in key positions and see where we go from there, man. So yeah, Newcastle United lose 3-1 to Nottingham Forest at home, and yeah, our unbeaten record ends at home, and this bad run of form continues. Liverpool next on New Year's Day, I believe, which is an 8 p.m. kickoff at Anfield. It's going to be another tough one. So I'll see you in the next video. It should probably be August. Thank you for watching. Make sure to comment on how you feel, whatever it is. Just drop a comment, please. Hit the like button and make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.